Hey, what's up, guys? Mike from the Oak Cliff Kickboxing Academy. I'm going to be breaking down the action from UFC on Fuel TV 10. Going to give you live results, breakdown, and analysis. First fight of the night, Anthony Smith versus Antonio Braga Neto. Smith, the Strikeforce fighter, looking to strike. Neto, he's a jiu-jitsu fighter, looking to take it to the ground. And he did pretty early. He took the back on the scramble, and Smith would try to work his way up, pushing off, but Neto rose to a knee bar, and it's in quick. Of course, he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, gets the tap, and he wins in his debut. Karlos Vemola versus Caio Magalhaes. Vemola went for the takedown, and he got it, and it was just a brutal ground and pound assault for the rest of the round. Good luck to the fight metrics guys, counting all those punches. It was maybe like 200 or so. And Magalhaes, he looked very wary, but he's able to survive and go into the next round. And the script was flipped. It was Magalhaes with the takedown, and he started off with the jiu-jitsu attack, but he wasn't able to get it, so he started throwing strikes himself and lost the ground and pound. But eventually, though, he does get the rear naked choke, and he gets the tap. Mizuto Hirota versus Rodrigo Nogueira. Tip for tap fight, very close, very evenly matched. Both guys landed good punches. Both guys got rocked a little bit. For me, I'd see the first round for Dam, second round for Mizuto, and then once again, Rodrigo Dam, he finished strong, and I think he got that last round. And it does go to a split decision to Rodrigo Dam. Leandro Silva versus Ildemar Alcantara. This fight can be best described as lack of activity. Both fighters very inactive. First round was okay. After that was a snooze fest and the crowd booing. But Ildemar Alcantara picks up that decision. Felipe Arantes versus Godofredo Pepe Castro. Arantes with the ground and pound in the first round. He got Kimura reversed. But then he hit a nice leg reverse of himself, and more ground and pound finishes it off. Very impressive by Felipe Arantes. In the featured prelim, Raphael Assuncao versus Vaughan Lee. And these guys, you can tell one was on a higher level, and that was Assuncao. Although Vaughan Lee, he had great footwork, he just wasn't throwing enough. Assuncao, he was bringing the pressure, throwing a lot of strikes, punches, kicks, and he would get the takedown whenever he wanted. In the second round, he got cut on the cheek, probably a headbutt or an elbow, unsure. But once again, Assuncao completes the takedown and passing whenever he wanted to the side, to mount, locks up a beautiful armbar, rolls him over, Vaughan trying to stay in it. Eventually, Assuncao extends the arm, gets a tap. Ultimate Fighter Brazil 1 winner. Rony Jason makes quick work of Mike Wilkinson. Wilkinson didn't want to touch gloves, and he had a little bit of nervous energy, moving around a lot, whereas Rony Jason was composed, ready to go. Wilkinson gets a big takedown early on, but that was a mistake. Rony Jason quickly locks up triangle choke, and he starts landing some elbows from that position, and Wilkinson goes out. First round win by Rony Jason. Daniel Sarafian versus Eddie Mendez. Early on, it looks like it was going to be a boxing match, but then they get against the cage, and Sarafian takes him down. A good little push-off takedown with the trip. He gets on top, and he's in half guard, and he notices that the arm's sticking out, so he puts his head underneath it. He slides up eventually, gets the head and arm choke, also known as the arm triangle, for the tap in the first round. Erick Silva versus Jason High. High looking to take this fight to the ground. Silva, though, he sprawls very well, and he's scrambling. He's trying to take the back. He ends up a little bit too high, but he locks up a inverted triangle or something. He was almost falling off. He was looking for the arm, and he gets the tap. It was sort of a combination, like an inverted triangle armbar thing. Very impressive by Erick Silva. Fabricio Cavalcante versus Thiago Silva. This was a slugfest written all over it. And Fabricio, big power. Same thing with Silva. And both of them are throwing nicely, kicking it off, no waiting around. Fabricio more of a puncher. Thiago Silva mixing it up with his kicks. Both guys would go to the body, the other would respond. And very thrilling fight back and forth. And Fabricio landing a sick standing elbow. But Silva, though, he didn't relent. He kept coming forward, lots of pressure. Looked like Fabricio started tiring a little bit. He definitely slowed down. And Silva just poured it on. With his back against the cage, Cavalcante really not moving. He was stuck. And Silva drops him with the uppercut and finishes off on the ground. Great fight. In the co-main event, Ultimate Fighter Brazil 2 finale, Leonardo Santos versus William Patolino. Both guys knew they had to give a little bit and take some. It was a striker versus a grappler matchup. So the first round, very interesting. Patolino, he was taking punches in order to give some of his. But actually, he was looking for takedowns as well. Both guys fighting very smart. In the second round, Patolino grabs the cage to avoid a takedown. Referee stops it and restarts it back on the feet. This time Santos gets the takedown. He completes it, and he's looking for an arm triangle choke. It's a little bit loose. It's not completely locked in, but Santos does a great job. He locks it in completely, and he gets the tap out. So he's now the Ultimate Fighter winner. In the main event, Nogueira was looking to walk down Werdum, so Werdum went for the takedown. And on the ground, a lot of scrambling, but Werdum ended up on top most of the time. And on the feet, even though Nogueira was pressuring, it was Werdum who was defending well, blocking right, and landing his own shots. A little bit more the same in the second round. This time, Werdum takes the back and he gets his hooks in, and he goes for that arm bar, and Nogueira's belly down, unable to get out of it, unable to defend, and he taps out. So Fabricio Werdum is the winner. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the event and my breakdowns. This is a new record for the most submissions in an event. I believe 7. Great fights all around. And make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe please. And thanks for watching.